The voice came through the radio. Uneasy. Breathing quickened. Then a few words, calm at first. Controlled. But beneath them, a tremor. A pilot trying to keep his composure, while something was terribly wrong. If you find yourself drawn to stories like this, haunting transmissions and unexplained vanishings, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. It helps us uncover more truths buried in the clouds. It was a standard flight. The crew followed procedure, prepped the aircraft, reviewed the route. The weather was clear. Visibility high. Nothing unusual appeared on any system. Passengers boarded with no delay. Smiles, greetings, luggage. All captured on CCTV. But something about this flight would be different. Roughly 40 minutes after takeoff, the plane reached cruising altitude. 35,000 feet. Above the turbulence. Above the noise. The captain made contact with the nearest control tower. His voice was steady, confirming all was normal. Until it wasn't. 12 minutes later, the co-pilot sent a short message, "We're seeing something ahead." Not on radar. Unidentified. The tower responded immediately, asking for clarification. But there was no answer. Seconds later, the voice returned. More urgent now. It's still ahead, not moving, it's just there. What followed was a series of broken transmissions. Static. Interference. Then, a line that would send chills through every investigator who heard it. It's above us now, moving fast, no engine, no wings. Then silence. A long, suffocating silence. The plane disappeared from radar just 2 minutes later. No Mayday call. No transponder. Just an eerie blank on the screen where moments earlier, everything had seemed routine. Within hours, search efforts began. The aircraft had been over a remote region. No major bodies of water. No mountains. No hostile zones. Rescue crews expected to find wreckage. But they found nothing. No crash site. No trace of debris. Not even a trail of disturbed trees or scorched ground. The aircraft had simply ceased to be. But the recording of the pilot's final words, those were real. Captured. Archived. And eventually, leaked. A whistleblower from within the investigation team sent the audio to a private researcher. It quickly made its way to forums, podcasts, late-night broadcasts. The voice was analyzed, confirmed, and matched. It was real. And what he described? Nothing known to aviation. No aircraft, military or civilian, could hover above a plane at that speed without appearing on radar. No drone matched the size or behavior. And whatever it was, it made no sound. Some claimed it was a stealth craft. A test gone wrong. Others whispered of a presence encountered in the upper atmosphere, an anomaly that doesn't emit signals, doesn't reflect light, and only reveals itself when it chooses to. The most chilling part. The pilot's voice wasn't filled with panic. It was awe. And then, fear. as if he had seen something he couldn't describe. Something beyond understanding. For weeks, government agencies denied the transmission was real. But independent labs authenticated the recording's origin. There was no denying it came from that flight. So what exactly happened up there? Could a presence exist in our skies, silent, watching, occasionally interacting? Or was it something else, something not from here at all? If this mystery has you questioning what's above us, leave a like and comment below. Do you think the pilot saw something he wasn't supposed to? Or something not meant to be seen at all? And stay tuned, because in part 2, we go deeper into the investigation, the strange electromagnetic evidence left behind, and the eerie similarity to a case from decades ago that was buried for years. The moment the transmission ended, a quiet alarm went off in the control tower. Not the loud, blaring kind. A soft alert. A signal that something had gone very wrong. They tried re-establishing contact. Repeating call signs. Switching frequencies. There was no reply. The radar still showed the aircraft's last position, then a flicker. A blip. And then, gone. No gradual descent. No signal lost due to terrain. Just erasure. Within minutes, an emergency protocol was triggered. A neighboring aircraft flying 30 miles behind was asked to adjust course and visually confirm. They reported nothing. Not a single trace. Not even a vapor trail. At first, the explanation was technical failure. Perhaps a sudden decompression. A catastrophic malfunction. But then, the analysis of the pilot's last words began. Experts enhanced the recording, cleaned the interference. And what they heard wasn't just fear. It was confusion. Desperation to understand. You could hear the captain breathing hard, describing something directly above the aircraft, massive, motionless, and completely silent. And then, for just 1 second, there was something else. A low-frequency hum. Barely audible. Unlike any known engine or mechanical source. It pulsed, rhythmic, almost organic. When asked about the sound, one retired Air Force technician described it as resonant dissonance. A pattern not created by human machines, but possibly by something alive. Or aware. The wreckage never appeared. But instruments on the ground picked up something strange that day, an electromagnetic spike that lasted exactly 1.6 seconds. It came from the sky, aligned perfectly with the flight path at the time of disappearance. There were no storms. No solar flares. And the energy signature didn't match anything natural. It was narrow. Focused. Precise. What kind of phenomenon targets one plane out of a sky full of flights? Days after the event, an anonymous air traffic employee leaked another detail. Just before the transmission ended, the pilot uttered one final phrase, almost under his breath. "They see us now." It was barely audible, like an afterthought. A whisper meant for no one. But it was there. Chilling. Final. As the investigation deepened, someone dug up a nearly forgotten case from the early 1980s. A military pilot on a training exercise over the ocean had made a similar report, an object above him, metallic, silent, unmoving. He described it as a black eye in the sky. That pilot's aircraft lost power. He ejected. The object vanished. The incident was buried in classified files. Until now. Is there a link? Some researchers believe so. They've started to map similar disappearances, both military and civilian, where last words from pilots included terms like above us, hovering, or lightless. Dozens of cases. Spread over decades. Most dismissed. All forgotten. Except this one. Because the recording exists. And now, the world has heard it. Could we be witnessing contact? Not with the bright, cinematic spectacle we're used to imagining, but with something quiet. Intentional. Selective. And possibly, watching. If that thought unsettles you, you're not alone. Like this video if you're beginning to question what truly lives above us. Leave a comment. Have you ever heard of similar transmissions? Should we be looking higher when things go missing? Subscribe and hit the bell, because the third part may be the most disturbing yet. Not only do we uncover another case with a near-identical transmission, but this one ended with the pilot being found alive, days later, claiming he had seen something no human should see. The idea of someone surviving a similar event was almost too impossible to consider. And yet, it happened. 3 years before the transmission we just explored, a military pilot went missing over a vast desert region during a routine training exercise. His jet disappeared from radar in the same way. No warning, no signal, no crash site. For 5 days, there was no trace. And then, he reappeared. Wandering out of a restricted zone, disoriented, dehydrated, but alive. When questioned, he spoke of the sky turning black in broad daylight. Of something massive above him, not casting a shadow, but swallowing it. He recalled hearing a deep vibration that seemed to come from inside his own chest, as if his heartbeat had been replaced by something else. And then, nothing. Just silence. Until he woke up on the ground, miles from where he should have been, with no memory of how he got there. He described it not as a crash, not as an abduction, but as an absence. A moment where the world simply stopped existing around him. The parallels with the transmission we heard are undeniable. Both pilots referenced an object above. Both experienced total silence. Both spoke of a presence that didn't behave like any known craft. And both incidents occurred in clear skies, no interference, no weather, no warning. The military refused to comment on the recovered pilot's testimony. His official statement was sealed. But fragments of his debriefing leaked through anonymous sources. One line stood out above the rest. "They're not flying," he said. "They're waiting." Waiting for what? Some believe these objects, whatever they are not vehicles in motion, but fixed points. Observers. Doors. Watching for specific moments to open. Or close. The chilling idea is that these events are not accidents. That certain aircraft are selected. Not because of who's on board, but because of when and where they are. Moments where the sky shifts. Where something ancient and unknown briefly overlaps with our world. And maybe, just maybe, those who vanish don't crash. They cross over. Could the pilot whose final words we heard have encountered the same phenomenon? Did he see the same silent watcher? Was his transmission a desperate attempt to record what so many others never got the chance to? And more disturbingly, if he hadn't spoken, would we even know it happened at all? Thousands of flights take off and land each day. Most arrive safely, but a few leave behind more questions than answers. And sometimes, all we get is a voice. A whisper through static. A warning that comes too late. They see us now. 3 words that echo across every dark sky and unanswered call. If these final moments left an impression on you, like this video to help more people uncover these forgotten transmissions. Comment your thoughts. What do you think the pilot saw? Could this be part of a greater pattern, or something we're not meant to understand? And don't forget to subscribe with the bell on, because next time, we'll explore a case that investigators still call impossible, an aircraft that vanished midair without a single clue, despite being tracked in real time, from 4 separate towers. Whatever took it, left nothing behind.